Hey everyone, today is Wednesday, January 13th, and it is the last day of week 6 for me. So we're wrapping up week 6, and I have actually hit Wonderland today. I weighed in at 199.2 or point 0.3. I think I mentioned last week that I bought a scar repair gel off Amazon, and this is what it is. It is Insta Natural Advanced Repair Scar Gel for old and new scars. You will note though that it is really thin. See, I'm barely squeezing. It's super thin. Use clean hands, use a Q-tip, put a real thin layer on your scars twice a day and it should help clear up the redness. It does make my skin a little bit itchy. I wonder if maybe that's just the healing process. Last Sunday, I had steak for the first time. We barbecued the steak, no oil or anything, just some sort of Moroccan seasoning. It was interesting having steak again for the first time from not having it in the last month or two when I used to have it almost 3 times a week. I never really noticed how bad that is, really. Red meat, I just thought, okay, 3 times a week was okay. It's really not, because the fat content in the steak, even though most of it rendered down and cooked off, it was amazing how much was left, and I didn't even add anything. I didn't spray the grill before cooking them. I didn't add any olive oil to season, and there was just a massive amount of oil left over when I heated it in the microwave the next day. But what really surprised me the most was the taste of the steak. It truly has changed. It's gonna sound stupid, but it's really meaty. It's really like animal tasting. I really don't know how to describe it. Not necessarily bad, but it's not on the list of my favorite foods anymore. I could probably eat steak maybe once a month now. I'm not even sure I could do that. I also had dairy milk for the first time, and the same thing. It was really dairy tasting. It's really I can't describe it because I've been using almond milk, unsweetened or vanilla for my shakes for the last 2 months and no milk at all. The taste has really changed, but that's kind of cool. I'd only drink it in moderation and probably rarely as well. I didn't have any dumping on the steak or the dairy, which is a good sign, or it could be a bad sign depending on how you look at it. But with the way my tastes are right now, I don't think it's going to be a bad thing. I did have a couple of bad habits try and creep their way back in this week. I tested some things this week. We were at my hospital roomie Nicole's house last Saturday for the afternoon, and she served us this French specialty, like an almond cake with kind of a crunchy base to it and a sweet sugar top, but it's not sugar. I'm not sure exactly how it's made. I haven't looked at the recipe. I only had a very, very, very tiny, tiny, tiny sliver of it and couldn't even finish that by choice, just in case. You don't want to have your first real dumping experience somewhere where you're not in the comfort of your own toilet. I also had a spoon of Cinnamon Toast Crunch cereal. No effect, but not a good habit. Don't want to go down that rabbit hole of the sweetened cereals. We bought some sort of Quaker oatmeal cereal, crunch cereal thing. It doesn't have a lot of sugar in it, but it sure has a lot of calories, so I won't be eating that a lot. And I did take 1 bite of a toasted cheese or grilled cheese sandwich that I cooked for my husband. I just couldn't resist. So that's really my first encounter with bread, technically. It was cooked most of the way through, but I used a little bit of olive oil, so it was kind of greasy. Thankfully, no effect, but what are you gonna do? I had an NSV over the week. I sat down on the couch, and instead of popping my legs out on the little foot rest thing that comes out, I actually just sat down and I crossed my legs with absolutely no effort, and I didn't even realize I had done it until I looked down and saw that my legs were crossed and that there was nothing keeping my leg from flipping back. When your thighs are too fat, you get that spring tension that you need to prop your leg on something to keep it from coming out this way and uncrossing. Well, I was able to keep my leg there with no issue, and nothing hurt. It was just natural. It's a strange, strange feeling. Really a good feeling. It actually was taken aback by it that I took a photo. So put that on my blog. Haven't been blogging a whole lot, really. just been doing these videos. Not really much in between it all, so I kind of saved up for these videos. Oh, yeah, cereal. I didn't think about it at the time. Cereal, solid, milk, liquid, not compatible when you have gastric bypass. Well, it shouldn't be compatible with the whole drinking and eating rule with waiting. So now I just eat dry cereal if I ever have a craving. I try not to give into those cravings, but we are all human. I just don't use milk. I'm trying to think of anything else over the last week. Tomorrow is day 1 of week 7, and then technically 6 weeks will have passed, and I can start exercising and taking my multivitamins. So I'm really excited to start exercising tomorrow, and hope that I can stick with the program as well as I have stuck with this program, and maybe we'll see a lot faster results. Although I am pretty happy with this 2 to 3 pound a week loss. It helps the skin stay a little bit firmer as I'm losing. So pretty satisfied so far. Next Friday I go and see the surgeon for my first follow-up, but I think I'm going to request my labs. Alright, face shots. Let's do a double chin check, like Alice in Wonderland, that caterpillar thing. Okay. Got a little bit there still. No biggie. Just have it surgically removed one day. It's kind of the thing, right? How about a scar check? And that's all, I suppose. Seriously though, thanks for watching.